The best quality hybrid and traditional photo lighting and shooting videos are available for you at ShootSmarterUniversity.com. And they're less than $10 a piece, too.
We've been shooting some eCard Pros lately, which are talking portrait business cards. We went to Florida recently and we photographed Betty Huth, who's a photographer there, and we did an eCard Pro for her. She's actually selling them all over the place now. She did a bunch of realtors and business people in her network. But we learned a few things in the process, so I wanted to share with you some time-saving tips. So when you're working with a template, well, this particular one has a bunch of stills, and then it has a 3-second clip where the person says their business name and their name, and then there's a 9-second clip where she talks about her business. So in the process, we're going to take a couple stills, and then we're going to record the first clip. So you start rolling, and then they say it, and it's like, well, that's a little bit weak, let's do it one more time. So they say it again, it's like, well, let's do it one more time, and they say it again. You end up with this big, long clip that you have to go back and listen to the whole thing to get to the good part. That is totally inefficient. Here's a better way to do it. You start your camera, they say it, and you stop it. It's like, well, let's try it again. Start the camera, they say it one more time, stop the camera. And then let's do third time's a charm, right? Start the video, they say it, and then stop it. That way you have 3 separate clips. Now here's why this is great. In the end, when you're editing, you can go to the last clip, assuming it's the best one, listen to it to make sure that it sounds great, and you don't even have to listen to the first 2. That right there will cut your editing down by, well, about a third, possibly. Now she did a great job. She did it in 2 takes. In fact, both sections she did in 2 takes. So in the process, I've got a couple stills, I've got my little 3-second clips, and then I have the next section. Now this one was really easy to tell the difference because she's off to one side and leaves room for text. And then the next section, she's centered. So you can look at them and see what's going on. But if you can't tell the difference between each section, a lot of times I'll just do a still photo in the middle as a marker. In fact, I'll just go like this. This is the second section. Do a still in between, then I know that the next 3 or 4 are a series together. So then we did that again. She did it in 2 takes and the whole thing came together really nice. So here's another tip that we learned also. When we're shooting video, we usually shoot MOVs instead of AVCHDs. And the reason is because even though the MOVs are a little bit bigger, they go into the same folder with the stills and they're numbered numerically. So that means I've got my stills, a couple of videos, the stills, videos, and they're all in there together. And it just makes a simpler workflow. The AVCHDs work fine too, but they're tucked away in another folder with a different naming convention. So right there, that'll save you some time. Thanks for tuning in to Discover Mirrorless for time-saving tips for hybrid photographers.
The best quality hybrid and traditional photo lighting and shooting videos are available for you at ShootSmarterUniversity.com. And they're less than $10 a piece, too.